Welcome to the RottenPop Podcast. I'm Sid Rotten, and today we're looking at Supergirl. You see, the Supergirl trailer for the 2026 film just dropped, and honestly, it looks tremendous. That excitement sent me to pull up the 1984 box office bomb from TriStar Pictures and Thorn EMI out of England, and I was kind of excited to watch it. This is one of the first movies to try and expand the Superman film mythos by introducing his cousin Kara. On paper, that sounds great. I mean, it's comic book accurate, but it ends up missing the idea completely and falls well short of Richard Donner's 1978 classic. It's directed by Jeannot Swark, who's no slouch. He's already directed films like Jaws 2, Somewhere in Time, and the espionage thriller Enigma, so you would think that this was in capable hands. The cast looks promising. Helen Slater, Faye Dunaway, Peter O'Toole, Hart Bochner, Mia Farrow, and a ton of others that also have pretty deep resumes. But none of that matters without a strong screenplay or a solid premise. Slater and Dunaway do most of the heavy lifting here, especially Dunaway as the evil witch Selina. This wisecracking new wave magician lives in an abandoned funhouse with a reluctant partner who just wants to start a coven. But once she gets a hold of a strange, powerful orb, she turns her attention to destroying the world and that meddling Supergirl too. Sounds fun, but it never really clicks. And yeah, this looks cheaper than a student film, and that's a shame because we're working with a decent budget here. The effects are terrible, and that's an understatement, but the flying sequences are the worst, least believable in film history. So jarring and unreal that you can't take it seriously, and there's a lot of these moments. So maybe the action could save it, right? Nope, there's no weight to any punch or kick. Everything looks pre-rehearsed and stiff, worse than a bad wrestling match. There's particularly rough fight between Supergirl and these two truckers who are played by Bill Mitchell and Matt Frewer. They're fine in their roles, really scummy and over-the-top cartoonish, but when Supergirl starts throwing them around, you never see anything land. It completely falls apart. Comic book fans don't have much to get excited about here either. Aside from Supergirl herself, we do get Argo City and mentions of Superman, but this is from an era that didn't care to understand superhero movies and didn't even think to adapt what already existed. Instead, taking weird liberties and inventing its own characters and villains, these films were stuck like this for decades until filmmakers like James Gunn and J.J. Abrams and Christopher Nolan came along and showed how to do it right by using actual comic book DNA. That said, lead actress Helen Slater does look infinitely cool in her Supergirl costume, and I do like the idea here more than what we got with that train wreck of Superman 3. Exploring Kryptonians versus magic is a great concept, but they barely explore it. I wish that they did a lot more. I do appreciate Jerry Goldsmith's score, which is also excellent, right up there with his work on Star Trek The Motion Picture. There are very few silver linings here, but they don't add up to a movie that I can easily recommend. So here's to hoping that the upcoming DC universe finally improves on this. When the bar is this low, the sky really is the limit. Watch more film.